Imagine meeting yourself 10 years from today. What do you hope that person would say? Thank you for taking care of me? Or, I wish you had started sooner. Most of us think about tomorrow, next week, next month. But very few of us make decisions based on the person we'll become 10 years from now. The surprising truth is this: the body you're living in 10 years from today is quietly being built by the choices you make this afternoon, not through dramatic changes, not through perfect diets, not through impossible workout routines, but through one simple activity, repeated almost every day. It costs nothing. It requires no special talent. And research has repeatedly shown that it supports the heart, the brain, the muscles, the joints, and even emotional well-being. The remarkable part? Many people already know about it. They simply underestimate how powerful it truly is. Today, let's explore the one daily activity your future self will almost certainly thank you for, and why beginning today may be one of the greatest gifts you ever give yourself. The woman in the story had recently turned 65. Every New Year's Day, she made the same promise: "This is the year I'll take better care of myself." She meant it. She bought comfortable walking shoes, a reusable water bottle, even a notebook for tracking healthy habits. Then life happened. Company visited. The weather changed. Appointments filled her calendar. Some days she felt tired. Other days she simply forgot. Weeks became months. The shoes stayed by the front door, almost untouched. One afternoon, she found an old photograph of herself from 10 years earlier. She stared at it quietly, then smiled. "I remember thinking I should have started taking better care of myself back then." Suddenly, a thought crossed her mind. If I wait another 10 years, will I be saying exactly the same thing? That question stayed with her. At her next annual checkup, she mentioned it to a doctor. The doctor smiled kindly, then asked, "If you could give your 80-year-old self one gift today, what would it be?" The woman wasn't sure. The doctor answered gently, "Daily movement. Nothing you do occasionally will help your future as much as something you do consistently." For the first time, she stopped thinking about exercise as something for today's body. She began thinking about it as a gift for tomorrow's. Your future body is built by today's repeated choices. The woman leaned forward. "So, one walk each day really matters that much?" Her doctor nodded. "More than most people realize." He explained that the body is constantly changing. Every single day, old cells are replaced, muscles adapt, bones respond to the forces placed upon them, the heart adjusts to activity, the brain strengthens the pathways it uses most often. In other words, the body is always listening, not to what we promise ourselves, but to what we actually do. The doctor smiled. Your future self isn't created all at once. It's created one ordinary day after another. The woman thought about that. She had always imagined healthy aging depended on one big decision: a perfect diet, an ambitious exercise plan, a dramatic lifestyle change. Instead, her doctor described something much simpler: consistency, a short walk, gentle stretching, standing instead of sitting a little longer, carrying groceries, working in the garden, choosing the stairs when it was safe. Each small decision seemed almost insignificant, yet together they quietly shaped the body she would live in years later. The doctor added, "The body doesn't expect perfection. It responds to repetition." That sentence stayed with her, because repetition felt possible. Perfection never had. She stopped exercising for today and started moving for tomorrow. The next morning, the woman did something different. She didn't ask herself, "Do I feel like exercising?" Instead, she asked, "What would my 75-year-old self hope I do today?" The answer came immediately. "Take a walk." So she did. Only 15 minutes. The following day, she walked again. Some mornings were sunny. Others were cloudy. Sometimes she felt energetic. Sometimes she didn't. But she kept thinking about the person she would become. Weeks later, the walks became part of her routine. She noticed climbing stairs felt easier. Getting out of the car required less effort. Her balance improved. She slept more peacefully. Even her mood became more stable. One afternoon, her granddaughter invited her to the park. Without hesitation, she joined her. They walked together, played, laughed. As they headed home, her granddaughter smiled. "Grandma, you walk really fast." The woman laughed. "I've been practicing." Later, she realized something beautiful. She hadn't been walking to lose weight or to reach a certain number of steps. She had been quietly investing in moments exactly like this, moments her future self would never want to miss. Her doctor later reminded her, the greatest rewards of healthy habits often appear long after the habit itself has become ordinary. That was exactly what was happening. The walks no longer felt like work. They had simply become part of the life she wanted to keep living. The smallest daily habit created the biggest long-term difference. As the seasons changed, the woman noticed something she never expected. The walks themselves didn't become easier because life became easier. Some mornings she still woke up feeling stiff. Sometimes it rained. Sometimes she felt unmotivated. Sometimes she was busy. The difference was that she no longer waited until everything felt perfect. She understood that her future health depended far more on consistency than convenience. On rainy days, she walked through the shopping mall before stores became busy. When it was too hot outside, she walked indoors. When she had very little time, she simply walked around her neighborhood for 10 minutes. Every walk counted. Her doctor explained why. The body doesn't keep score the way we do. It responds to every opportunity to move. Each walk helped maintain muscle strength, supported healthy joints, improved circulation, encouraged better balance, stimulated the brain, reduced stress, supported healthier sleep later that night. No single walk transformed her body, but hundreds of ordinary walks quietly transformed her future. She also noticed something else. Walking often inspired other healthy choices. After a walk, she naturally drank more water. She prepared healthier meals. She spent less time sitting. One good decision gently encouraged another. The woman smiled. Perhaps healthy aging wasn't built through willpower alone. Perhaps it was built through momentum, one small habit leading naturally to the next. Your future self is quietly watching the choices you make today, several years later. The woman celebrated her 72nd birthday. As family gathered around the table, her grandson asked, "Grandma, how do you still have so much energy?" She smiled. I started taking care of you. Then she laughed. I mean, I started taking care of the person I knew I would become. Everyone smiled, but she meant every word. She realized that the walks she almost skipped years earlier had become one of the greatest gifts she had ever given herself. They helped her continue traveling with friends, working in her garden, playing on the floor with her grandchildren, carrying groceries without asking for help, walking through museums during vacations, enjoying ordinary days that many people eventually find difficult. Her doctor once shared a thought she would never forget. The best time to help your 80-year-old body is while you're 65. That sentence completely changed the way she viewed each day. Instead of asking, "What do I feel like doing today?" she began asking, "What kind of life do I hope to still be living 10 years from now?" The answer guided hundreds of small decisions. Take the walk, stretch a little longer. Stand instead of sitting. Go outside. Keep moving. The remarkable thing is that your future self never asks for extraordinary effort. Your future self simply hopes you won't give up on the ordinary habits that quietly protect extraordinary moments. The ability to walk through your favorite park, to dance at a grandchild's wedding, to carry your own suitcase, to climb the front steps without fear, to wake up with enough strength to enjoy another beautiful morning. Those moments aren't created by one perfect day. They're created by thousands of ordinary days, where you chose movement over excuses, consistency over perfection, action over intention. So if you're wondering what single activity your future self will thank you for, start with this. Walk, even if it's only around the block, even if it's only for 10 minutes, even if today's walk feels slower than yesterday's, because every step is a quiet message to your future, a message that says, "I'm still investing in you." And perhaps many years from now, the person you've become will look back with gratitude, not because you lived perfectly, but because you cared enough to keep taking that next gentle step, one day at a time.